where it is. Harvesters are in the far barn, so this barn. Find the cultivator, which is right against the wall. I have to go around this way. Hi, cows. That reminds me, I need to get some grass for them. So yeah, I'm sort of on reflection, it's probably easier to use this cultivator and a full spread on the slurry spreader than it is, because I mean when we use manure, I have to do manure plus this big cultivator. So I'm just figuring it's probably easier to do slurry and or digestate in the same manner. Okay, we unfold that. That is sufficient. So we will set that off on a worker. And that will not take long. Okay, you're done. You're full. Do is I'll position this here, because I don't think there's enough room between this edge and that fence to turn around, so I'm going to have to do 2 rows there, and then we'll do the rest of the field that way because it's longer. But not doing that right now. Okay, you've refueled everybody that needs it. Take that back. The seed tender's at the store still. I'm going to have to fill that up. Do I? Yes, no, yes, no, I don't know. I must admit I haven't used the diesel tank very frequently. I mean, again, this farm has in-yard supply of diesel as well as seed and fertilizer. I avoid using the fertilizer because, or the fertilizer and the seed, because it is twice as expensive as buying it from the store in pallets. But with the diesel, I honestly don't know. There is a diesel pump at the store, but I've never used it. And it's kind of difficult to compare prices, because nobody ever needs the same amount. get the liquid fertilizer tank there. Oops. And I won't have to do the shuffle. Ooh, not quite. Now sneak it in there. There we go. This set in its various incarnations is featured on many of my playthroughs in Farm Sim 17. Originally obtained through GTX Mods website, although he quit GTX Mods, he's now working with another modding team. So he's still producing his own mods, but he's not releasing them on his own website. This mod hasn't made it into Farm Sim 19. Some of the other mods have. It's loaded, yes. That's loaded. Okay, so we didn't need this lot. Again, we'll take this and park it back in the shed with the field spreader. Then we'll jump over to the seeder, finish that field off, shut the gates and be done with that until spring. What am I going to need anytime soon? I think it's entirely possible we could be done with this truck unit. Oh no, we're still transporting. Stop. Oops, it's not going to work for me. Just shuffle over again. That tank holds 30,000, the big spreader holds 18,000. Yeah. I think the scales have been out for some of these. again. Oh, really blew that. Okay. So don't have self-centering on the steering wheel, which is how I prefer it, but much in the way of hints and tips that you don't have the wheel on straight. Now I don't have to take this back to the main yard. We've got a bunch of tractors that need to go back to the main yard once they're done doing their thing. They can take that trailer back when they go. Oh, now that's in the way. Huh. Oh, what the heck. Close your eyes, don't look. There. I'm sure nobody noticed that. And that's done. Okay, so where are we up to? Done with that. That needs to compact the stuff. Need to go back to him at some time. Oh, the cedar was done with its thing, wasn't it? Oh, we're nearly out of seed. Ugh. Hopefully there is enough seed in here to complete this field. Because if that happens, I'll swing by the store with this rig. I don't want to use the expensive stuff on the yard. I missed a bit. Gotcha. Nice thing about farm sim, if you're using a straight seeder rather than a direct drill, it only uses up seed where it hasn't, when it's crossing an area that doesn't have any in. If you're using a direct drill, then it kind of cultivates before it seeds, which means it rips up seed that's already in the background and replaces it. Okay. Oh, we also have canola in that far field. A couple of patches that were missed because the field's not level. But we will have a full tank by the time we get back there. Lots of snow outside now. think that should be all of it. Yep. Get that folded away. Alright, we are done here. Till spring. So, we're going to take this out to the store to refill it. We are coming up to midday. So I think I'm going to be looking at closing down the stream shortly, not right this second. We'll complete what we need to get done. I'll do a little bit more forage harvesting off camera, because that's as tedious, if it's as tedious for people watching as it is for me, we need a kind of break from that. As it is, we're still probably going to be doing some forage harvesting in the next stream, which I'm trying to plan for tomorrow morning. If I can get most of the forage harvesting done, most of the silage clamps filled and covered, then the end of the stream will be selling all our stuff. Well, selling all our crop, most of our crop, not all of it, because pigs need food. And as I said, this is kind of a diverging timeline at this point. We're going to mothball this playthrough, and we might come back to it in future years. And then the diverging timeline is we'll transfer some equipment, a fair amount of the money, not the animals, to a new map in Farm Sim 19, and sort of continuation from there. And this tractor will be going to the new playthrough, because I like this tractor, and it is a mod tractor, and the modder did port it over to Farm Sim 19, and then discovered that class equipment was going to be released for the Platinum Edition, and so he didn't produce any of the other class tractors that he'd done. So we just got the 900. I think he also did an 800 for 17, although I never used it because I needed the heavy pulling of the 900. So I'll support him with using this tractor in 19, and then any other class equipment's probably going to be Platinum Edition, because I bought it and I haven't used much of it yet. I suppose while we're filling that up, we could be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Is that full? Yep. Yeah, there is a front loader in the shed, but it's quicker doing it this way. We'll get this back to the the west side of the map, and need to select canola, patch the field that didn't plant fully. That's full. Bing. Let's head back on the road then. Okay. Obviously, compared with 19, this is not the greatest map, but it has a good ambience to it. All the tree-lined roads, shadows, which can be annoying at night time or late evening. Okay, we're going in here. Into the hedge, why not? There's something I'm not really aware of for 17. I started Farm Sim at 17, pretty much when it came out. And while I was aware of Farm Sim games prior to that, it was kind of, it was a bit like train sim games. It's sort of, well, what is there to do? Because with things like train sim, well, you're on tracks, you don't have a choice where your train's going. And with farm sim, it's sort of, how exciting can that be? But yeah, I enjoy playing the game. But I don't know how many Farm Sim 17 maps were ports of Farm Sim 15 maps. That's one thing I've noticed for 19. There are a lot of ports. I mean, the Old Stream Farm is ported over, but it has received quite an interesting update. You know, it's not an exact copy of 17 by any stretch. It's sort of matured, if you like. Yeah, you've got the idea of Old Stream Farm is it's sort of an old village, and And effectively you start off with older in-game equipment to play it. But the BGA's been reworked. It's an entirely new facility. The old BGA's become a sell point. The old dealership's become a gas station with a brand new sort of metal glass construct dealership just outside of town. So it's got, it's kept the old world charm, but its progress has come to the town type of thing. So it's not an exact port, but Marwell Manor was brand new. I took a look at Mercury Farm, which is a port up from 17. Sandy Bay is a port from 17. And you sort of... Now, a lot of the maps for 17 I didn't play because I got so engrossed in this map. Having them available for 19 is sort of, well, it's new to me because I didn't play them in 17. But I know some people are sort of, where's the originality? I want something new. I don't want to play, maps that have been around Sim Farm since 17, Farm Sim 15. But as I said, I was new to 17, so everything was new to me then. Okay, that's done. Select oilseed radish. So that part of the field it works for 6 metre equipment. It does not work for 12 metre equipment. The harvester had a lot of issues harvesting through that section. It's probably the only bad bit of this map I found. Okay, jump out there, shut that. Did the engine turn? Alright, we'll turn the engine off for now. Go and find the cultivator. So the cultivator's still going. I can okay. Let's run up to the top of the field and inspect it. I think this field is square enough and pretty much level enough. We can probably set the seeder off without any risk of it catching up the cultivator until maybe that bit there where the field has a little extra bit. Yep, that looks fine. Okay, so we will jump back to here. Get that started. Off you go.